Okay, it didn't take me long to see the mistake. When we do our R, we're getting this, but it should be this to the 3/2. Okay. Of course, that's going to end up giving me an A cubed, and I'm still not going to have an A. Oh, gee. Well, in the first place, this clearly needs to be raised to the 3/2 power, and I carelessly failed to write that down. Okay? I have age as an excuse. You don't. So make sure that you're careful when you do that. Okay? There's my 3/2 power, and when I wrote this down, I simply didn't write down the 3/2 power. So actually that gives me an A over A cubed. Yeah, that works out. Okay? So this should be an A cubed here. And of course then A over A cubed is 1 over A squared. And now I've got the A in my denominator. Okay, so that little detail is resolved. And now I have even more confidence in my integral. Now we want to look at the limiting behavior of this as B approaches A. Okay? Well, it turns out that we can pretty much just replace B by A. So as B approaches A, we get, or the limit as B approaches A, and I'm being a little sloppy. Now remember, this thing should be undefined approaching infinity, okay? We're going to get A times 1 plus cosine theta divided by 2A squared, I don't really need parentheses there, times 1 minus cosine theta to the 3/2 d theta. Okay, so this becomes K prime I over A, which is perfectly okay. Integral from 0 to 2 pi of, well, and it's over 2A. 1 plus cosine theta over 1 minus cosine theta raised to the 3/2 d theta. Now I'm wanting to do kind of a factorization up here and down here, and that doesn't work out, and I'm not seeing instantly how this is going to approach infinity. So I'm going to have to go to another video and mess around with this just a little bit. Okay, now I think it's going to be something on the lines of, I could factor this into 1 plus the square root of cosine theta and 1 minus the square root of cosine theta. And somehow compare that with what we get down here, which would be the 3rd power of the square root of 1 minus cosine theta. But I've got to play around with those symbols because my brain doesn't hold as much stuff as it used to.